All of us know God in different ways. You might be an atheist and do not believe in his existence, yet you have a vision of what God is. What comes to your mind when you think about God? Have you ever considered the possibility that God is not outside of us, but within us? Neville Goddard, an influential mystic and writer, asserts that the key to understanding the true secret of God is to recognize the creative force that resides in our thoughts and dreams. Goddard challenges us to rethink our perception of God, not as an external, superior, and distant being, but as an internal presence, intrinsically linked to our ability to imagine and create. Now imagine if the answers we seek, the miracles we long for, and the transformations we desire are within the reach of our own thoughts. If Goddard is right and imagination is the true voice of God, how powerful can we become by understanding and utilizing this gift? This video is an invitation to temporarily set aside our beliefs and rethink our lives based on Goddard's teachings regarding everything we know about faith, destiny, and the very nature of reality. Get ready to question what you think about God and put into practice the creative force that has been dormant within you for so long. Within each of us resides an almost untapped creative force. This force is our imagination, the internal voice that connects us to the divine. Neville Goddard was a mystic and writer who lived from 1905 to 1972. He is known for his lectures and writings about the power of imagination, which he believed to be the key to creating and changing our reality. In one of his most famous lectures in 1969, Neville Goddard claims that imagination and God are synonymous. This understanding, according to him, is the key to realizing one's own divine power. Goddard argues that through visualization and emotional connection with the desired outcome, people can manifest these desires into reality. This process is called imaginative affirmation. By affirming that God is within us, he challenges the traditional perception of God as a distant and external entity. But what exactly does this mean? Goddard argues that every desire, every aspiration we have is not mere chance, but a sign of the divine presence operating within us. Through our dreams and imaginations, we are, in fact, engaging in dialogue with the divine. For Goddard, imagination is the language of God, and by learning to speak this language, we become capable of shaping our reality in ways we previously thought impossible. This vision not only questions everything we have learned about God, but also challenges the conventional notions of prayer and meditation. Instead of seeking guidance or intervention from an external source, Goddard suggests that we turn inward to the power that resides within each of us. When we do this, we are not just daydreaming or escaping reality. We are actively engaging in creating our life experience. Another revolutionary vision from Neville Goddard concerns faith. He redefined the concept of faith as a practical way of shaping reality. For him, faith is the certainty of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. He suggests that by focusing our imagination in a disciplined and intentional way, we can bring significant changes to our lives. Thus, faith is no longer just a belief in something greater, but becomes an active instrument. From this perspective, Jesus' journey is seen as an archetype for our own spiritual journey. The story of the Messiah is not seen as a mere historical account, but as a supreme example of the power of imagination and faith. The miracles described in the scriptures are metaphors for the power that all of us have to transform our lives and the world around us. This point of view does not diminish the importance of religious teachings, but elevates them to a new light, emphasizing the power of individual belief and creative imagination. All of this leads us to question, how, in fact, can we use our imagination and faith to create a fuller and more meaningful life? How to do this in practice? To answer this question, we need to dive deeply into the essence of faith and imagination as he conceives them. For him, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen, as defined in the book of Hebrews. This is not a faith that passively waits for events to unfold, but a faith that acts, that shapes and creates. It's a process of active visualization where we engage emotionally and sensorially with our desires. This practice goes beyond superficial optimism. It requires deep immersion in the realities we wish to create, a fusion between desire and the lived experience in our mind. Goddard provides us with a step-by-step process consisting of 5 stages to assist in this process. The first stage is preparation. Here, it's essential to be specific about what you want to achieve. Understanding the reason behind your desire and how it relates to your deepest values is as important as the goal itself. This clarity in the initial phase lays a solid foundation for everything that follows. The second stage is persistence. This stage is the engine that drives your dreams from imagination to reality. It's more than just continuing to try. It's about keeping your thoughts and efforts consistently aligned with your goals, even when obstacles and doubts arise. Here, faith transforms into constant and determined action. The third stage is living in the desired state. At this point, it's as if you've already achieved your goal. It involves feeling and experiencing in your mind and heart the realization of your desire as if it were a present reality. This practice helps to align your energy and consciousness with the desired objective. The incubation phase is the 4th stage, a period of internal processing. Here, you're not necessarily taking external actions, but you're cultivating and strengthening your desire on the subconscious plane. It's a crucial moment for the maturation of your vision and preparation for what's to come. Finally comes manifestation, the stage where your desire begins to take shape in the physical world. This is the phase where everything you've imagined, believed, and worked for starts to bloom, transforming the invisible into tangible reality. Manifestation is the celebration of your creative effort, the magical moment when your ideas and dreams materialize. In addition to these stages, Goddard proposes 8 practical techniques, each designed to use the mind and imagination effectively in creating the desired reality. These techniques include visualization, affirmation, positive internal dialogue, and other practices that promote the alignment of the conscious and subconscious mind with the desired goals. Following these steps and techniques is not a quick path to the fulfillment of superficial desires. Instead, it's a deep process of alignment with our true self and our higher purposes, a path to live a full and meaningful life, shaped by the creative force of our deepest being. Through this exercise, we come to recognize our imagination as the very voice of God within us. As we start to see our dreams and aspirations as divine expressions, they take on new weight and meaning. Our dreams cease to be mere daydreams, and instead become a sacred form of communication with the divine, a constant dialogue with the source of creation. At this point in our journey, it's important for you to reflect on the following question. What would your life be like if you discovered the divine within you? According to Neville Goddard, spiritual awakening is not a simple realization or understanding. It is the revelation of God's true nature within people. Similarly, the Holy Spirit is not an entity separate from the human, but a deep and integrated expression of the divinity that each of us carries. When we experience this awakening, we come into direct contact with a force that is simultaneously beyond us and part of us. This is the true power of the Holy Spirit, a power that transforms, enlightens, and elevates, revealing us as divine beings living a human experience. At a superficial glance, we might think that Goddard is talking about religion, but in fact his ideas have close ties with science and carry a deep connection with quantum physics. In quantum physics, observation is not merely passive, but actively influences the behavior of matter. This phenomenon, known as the observer effect, suggests that the observer is not just a neutral spectator, but an active participant in the creation of reality. Thus, the universe is not seen as a separate and indifferent entity, but a dynamic field that responds to our beliefs, perceptions, and intentions. If this video made sense to you, write in the comments, "It makes sense to me." Remember to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all the latest teachings.